Good afternoon, Alex. Good afternoon, Steve. Good afternoon, Jessica and Andrea.
Good afternoon, guys.
Hi there. I know this is an awful time. We'll make it fast, I promise. Actually, because I just jumped off one meeting to join this meeting and then I have to go back to the other meeting. 3:31. How long should we wait? Start? Really?
I think we should wait until that witch comes down from the tree.
Oh, you like
It's cool. That's so cool, man.
they're from Publix. They're window cleans. So
Yeah, they're
I
great.
buy them for
They're
every
great.
holiday. My son loves putting them all over the glass windows and
Yeah.
yeah. Actually, we have
Nice.
little sections. We have themes. We have a pumpkin patch over here. And I'm like, let me see if I can ship. I don't know if you can see them, but I've got a pumpkin patch. I've got a scaredy cat.
Yeah. I remember those days. Your boy is big, eh? How old is he now?
My son, William, how old are you? 6? He's 6. First
God.
grade.
Let me
And I
see.
got
Let's see. Come on. Hi.
Like, she likes it. She knows when I'm on like a Zoom call because she's like,
Oh, she's
she wants to join in. But yeah, so should we wait longer?
nice.
Or...
Andrea, let's give it 2 minutes and we can start at 3:34.
Okay. All right. Then I'm going to mute myself for a few.
Look at the baby. God, what the goodness, you've grown up so fast. Hey.
She starts the morning with great hair that goes up, and then as the day goes, it just gets further and further down. The humidity is sort of
Wonderful. How old is that baby? How old is she now?
She's 16 months.
Wow.
She turned 1 in July.
Oh, isn't that great?
She's funny.
It's amazing how they develop their own personality very quickly.
100%.
Yes.
The opposite of my son, too. So.
Boy, the election is coming up. There's so many people voting. I see out here in the Mary Collins Center, the park is filled with people in lines. So it's amazing. That's good.
Yeah, I look daily at like the early voting numbers, and I think Miami Lakes, Kendall, and there's one other location that have the most amount of people voting out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're hitting like 2,000 range for number.
Yeah, it's hard to come down Montrose now because there's so many cars and parking on both sides of the street and people coming in and going into the community center. So it's just really great to see so many people out. But I'm getting tired of these commercials. I hope they'll soon be over by November the 3rd. Hopefully we won't have to see any more for 4 years. So, but it's good.
Andrea, if you want to go ahead and start, it's 3:34 now.
All right, then I will call the meeting to order. As far as a roll call,
Elizabeth can't join us. We need somebody to take minutes.
I mean, I can take notes. Vice chair, I was the secretary of the committee. Hold on.
George is
do it
joining
all.
us right now, by the way.
Someone didn't want to leave. But roll call. Normally, I have like our whole.
You want us to just say our names?
Yeah, just say your names and.
Okay, I'm Neil Robinson.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Bremo.
Well, I'm Alex Castro. Pleasure to meet you all.
Hey, Alex.
Jessica Medina. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Romy Portuondo Ramior.
George is connecting. Vicente, can you unmute yourself and
Vicente Rodriguez. Thank you, Irene.
thank you, George. You're unmuted. You gonna be unmute? No.
Okay, no, I got it now. Thank you.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, George Alvarez. Sorry, I'm a little late, guys. I was on another call.
It's okay. You said Elizabeth can't join us, but I see her. Andrew.
Elizabeth, you're Elizabeth, the committee chair, the committee secretary.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Andrew Chichi. And I think that's it for the committee that's here. So, all right, welcome. Any public comments?
I don't see anybody right now.
Hey, we'll keep moving along. So, again, this is subcommittee meeting for the scavenger hunt. Just to kind of recap going down the agenda for the scavenger hunt, the logistics piece was that the plan was to kick off November 12th and run it through November 28th, which is Small Business Saturday. Participation, this was decided on the last time, and I'm just bringing this up in case anyone had any comments or thoughts of, want to change something. Participation, we're going to go in a team mode with 1 to 6 players. A team captain must be 18 years of age. This guarantees that there's one person who's, of legal age participating with this in the scavenger hunt. And then the sign up was going to be through Eventbrite, so we can capture contact information, also give them participants the access code so that it's not just kind of like a free for all of joining the scavenger hunt. There's a little streamlining as far as so we know who is, at the end of the day for numbers and everything. So does anyone have any comments, thoughts, feedbacks, want to discuss any of that? Nope. Okay. I'll move along. All right. You like my meetings.
Yes.
All right. Status of approaching local businesses. Okay. This is a huge item. So we have, Willie sent out earlier a sign up form that was created, which is a PDF that can be a fillable PDF. We also have a Google form link that I don't know if that was sent out as well, but Willie, I can't remember. I saw the email, but I didn't read it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we could send it. I don't think it was attached, but we could send it after the meeting.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, because that's part of my next conversation.
Yeah.
So with that said, so far, I know on behalf of the Graham Companies has sent out to all of their retail tenants the Google form as well as the attachment, and the town has sent out through the BTR lists the Google form. So for people to sign up. We have 11 businesses that have so far committed. 11 businesses is great, but we need more. So one of the things that I wanted to address with you all is after this meeting, Willie's going to send out kind of a form email, just, kind of gives a little bit more background on the event with the attachment that he already sent out, but also the Google link form. And what I'd love for everyone to do on the committee is to approach businesses. The form, you can email right there on the spot or text, however you do it. Or, again, it's for mindless businesses. We just want to get businesses to kind of commit to be involved because we need to come up with 100 missions to make this successful. And so if everyone could approach, 10 businesses, that would be great. And, on the form, if anyone has seen it or not seen it, it does ask, do you mind people coming into your business or not? Some people do, it's a place of business. They don't want people coming in. Others are saying, come on in. We'd love for you to come in and see our establishment. So, one of the things also I wanted to address is, we had a deadline of last Friday. We're extending the deadline through November 6th. So that gives us another week and a half to approach businesses. A lot of the feedback I'm getting right now from the businesses is kind of like, all right, I'm in, what do I do now? And so one of the things is it's more of, we want them to, commit to be a part, to support in some way. We do ask for like a $10 minimum donation of something. And the reason why, and those items will be used for the grand prizes for the first, second, and third place. So, you can reiterate to whoever's participating that, we're driving business to your business. So, it's going to all be cyclical and come back to you as well. Vicky Bakery is on board. Just to give you a little, background. So Vicky Bakery is on board. Specialty Smiles is committed. CMX, the theater is committed. Pizza Scene is offered to be a part of it. El Pimiento. Who else? My Snow's Jewelers, Eye Candy. I'm trying to open up my thing. Giardino's, Dunkin' Donuts, Snow's Jewelers, Family Dentistry. That's just to name a few. So, we want to get a good variety of businesses. So, it doesn't have to necessarily be a restaurant, right? It could be a variety of different businesses. So banks, Bank United could be a part of it.
Yep.
Question. The way this is going to work, excuse me for interrupting.
Okay.
The way this is going to work, it requires people to physically enter
It doesn't
the
have,
premises, correct?
it doesn't have to physically, you don't have to physically enter. It could be outside. So people's, it's, the people complete missions by video or photo, text, meaning they answer a question, or GPS location. So it's almost like, you get there and you tag yourself there. So
Okay.
One thing that Bank United can do, because you have your awesome cow up out front, big money, right? So we can incorporate a mission where you have to go take your picture with big money, and so your Bank United gets, recognition. People come around, they see you, maybe you have stuff in the windows that people have never seen, and because they've never walked up close enough to see that you offer XYZ. So just there's a variety of different things. From the town's perspective, we're able to use them on social media. We're gonna have a recap, opportunity to, take the highlights of the event. So it's, it's, again, the idea is to get people moving, seeing what's out there. Maybe they haven't been at a certain spot lately. It's fun, it's interactive.
And
Yeah.
and one last question, and again, I hate to keep apologizing, but it's the first meeting of the subcommittee I've been into, so I kind of been out of the loop. So each business, does a business need to contribute to this in some way? Is it basically a gift or an item or something?
Yeah, what
How does that
we're asking
work?
in value of like $10 or more. So it could be
Okay.
from Bank United. Maybe you have some Bank United stress balls or something, and we can partner with like
Oh
another
yeah.
activity. And so
No, we have good stuff.
yeah, and one of the things that we can do with these missions is make them time sensitive. So you could actually say anyone who
Right.
comes right by the bank between 2 and 4 on such and such day, they get a free giveaway bag or something, you know, like there's an opportunity.
No, we have a, yeah, I get it. We've got a bunch of hats and
Right.
water bottles and all that type of stuff, so we can,
Right.
okay, got it. Okay.
Opportunity to like crowdsource and like push it out, and so it would draw attention like at a certain time, or it could be throughout the whole thing. So
Count my office in, count. All right,
okay,
Count US Century Bank in too.
perfect. See, and the beauty of it is, you know, people will be taking images. It could be photo, video, or so forth. If you look at the agenda, there's a link to goosechase.com/blog. If you go on there, you can actually see examples of other missions and other areas that are business specific, but also like city specific. There's like a New York City scavenger hunt there, and you can kind of see a little bit how it gets operated. So again, it's different than your normal scavenger hunt because you don't have to go from A to B to C. It's more of, you know, they're all point driven and you need to just accomplish it.
If I may say something, Steve and Jessica, if you can push this out to your partners, to your clientele, because we need to get that's within Miami Lakes. We need to get as many businesses signed up before, and Andrea's going to mention a new date for registration in a minute. We need to pick up those numbers. We're at 11. We need at least 30 to 40. Is that correct, Andrea?
Yes, that would be nice.
so Willie, it's a basic to make it easy for us, I mean, at least for me, would be just a link, right? We can send a link with a description of what we're doing to the clients, right? Has that link gone out yet, or can we get a refresh of that link or the email?
Well,
Yeah.
Willie will send out
Okay.
the link to make it an easy kind of sign up.
And Brandon's going to chime in. He's going to chime in a minute regarding what we need next as far as the marketing campaign. And Andrea's going to explain that too.
Okay, so yeah, so as Willie was saying, we extended the date from October 23rd to November 6th. And again, the reason why is because we need to populate all the missions. And if businesses sign on board, then it kind of guarantees some publicity for that business. So that's why we're encouraging businesses to sign up. And so with that said, so that's number one task at hand is to outreach to businesses. Number two is creating missions. And so I've already started, and the goal is to have 100 missions. I have 13 missions so far, but that doesn't include the businesses that have signed up. They're more generic business kind of activities. So for example, one is, collect 3 logoed, cups from local restaurants. So I've been using an example, you can go to Bolé, Jersey Mike's, and Payway, and then you take a picture of your 3 cups together, and that completes the mission. One would be get 10 business cards from Miami Lakes businesses. That completes a mission. Those are kind of generic ones, but that's the whole reason why we need to get businesses on board, because I'd like to, again, to funnel business or customers to these businesses. And so if possible, I'm asking if everyone on the committee could come up with 10 missions. Again, they could be business specific. So for example, if you've talked to a business who says that, they want to get involved, you can come up with something. Or it could be general. So something, like I said, like the 3 cups. Another one I have created was, take a picture of biting into the biggest cheeseburger, and that could be, you could go to a number of different restaurants, obviously in Miami Lakes, to get a cheeseburger. But it's an mission that you can complete. So that would be, again, like a general Miami Lakes discussion, or it could be Miami Lakes lifestyle. And I say Miami Lakes lifestyle, one that I've created is, take a picture of your team riding your bikes down the street. So that's a great, kind of Miami Lakes style kind of thing. And maybe if someone decides that they're going to do some missions one day, they'd ride their bikes to Main Street, and then they, do different missions there that day. So again, I'm asking if everyone on the committee could come up with 10 missions, we could get to that 100 really easy. And so if you could come up with 10 missions, and if you can email that to our EDC email address, which is edc@miamilakes-fl.gov, which will be part of the email that Willie sends out after this as a reminder, that would be great, because we need to just start populating. Like I said, yes, Jessica.
So, for example, if I'm able to get 10 businesses to commit, I could just, those 10 that are associated to those businesses would be good that we come up with together? Okay.
Yeah. You know, part of the sign up form, it asks the business to come up with 3
Oh,
fun.
it tells them to do it. Okay.
It says to come up with 3 fun facts. You're going to have to create a mission out of it. So I'll use an example. El Pimiento has, I loved what El Pimiento came up with. They have, you know, what they're known for, right? Paella and tapas. You know, take a picture with their, you know, Sevilla wall decoration. You know, it talks about what, I'm sorry, my eyes are going. Or soccer passion. It says, you know, describe the colors of the Spanish team scarf. So that means that would require someone to go in and do it. So you need to come up with I could come up with a mission based on those 3 fun facts. Same with Vicky Bakery, right? You know, what are their most popular pastelitos? You know, they also said, you know, it's a family business since 1972. So I could start off that mission, you know, Vicky Bakery is a family business from, you know, which started in 1972, located at XYZ. Go in and find out what their most popular pastelitos that they sell, you know? So we know what the answer is because they've already given us the thing, but we need to come up with a mission and create it. So that's why, yes, if you get businesses, it makes it a lot easier to get creative with the mission.
And Vincent, to put Vincent, another example will be his university. Get people to go to university. So Vincent, you're a player in this too. We don't want to leave you out.
No, absolutely. It's you know, it's everything. And so, like I said, missions are completed by photo, video, text, meaning answering a question, or GPS location. So, okay.
Andrea, just to make sure we're on, so I can have Elizabeth and Brandon relaunch everything. We're going to push it to November 6th, correct? That's okay. Because Elizabeth sent me the email blast. It shows the 23rd, so we can't send that one out. We got to update that.
You need to update it, right? And
okay.
I press, you know, extended deadline, you know, so that way it pops.
Yeah.
Just to confirm, guys, the actual promotion campaign, just to make sure we're all on the same page in terms of the content going out. And Elizabeth can reinforce me. It's going to be to get business to sign up, correct?
Right now, yes.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
And then they'll switch, Brandon. They'll switch then to go complete your mission.
Yeah. Once we send the initial email out, that's what I was trying to clear up with Willie. Once we get the initial BTR email sent out and the initial email blast out, we'll wait for that to go out, and then we'll get it posted on social media also, and we'll get that campaign going on social. We want to get first to the email because that's a more segmented tactic that we can use because we have the BTR list as mentioned to you guys previously. So we want to attack that first, and then we'll move to social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then it's a call to local businesses to participate.
Yeah, and Brandon, we have to change the deadline on the email blast. I think that's the only thing we have to change on it, right, Andrea?
Correct.
Is that the only thing? Okay.
So just to clarify everything, that we had an initial email go out last week calling
Correct.
for sign up. That was already sent. That was with the previous deadline date. But
Correct.
another email composed by Elizabeth to be sent out with the updated list as we discussed today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday via email to go ahead and get that updated and send that update to the businesses. So we're gonna send that update through the BTR email list, and then we'll get that posted on social media as well, Andrea.
Brandon, you're talking about the whole list, right? The whole business list, correct?
Does it include like our networkers, like those that have participated in our networking events, or I don't know?
The email list that we have is the email list I'm referring to is the most recent updated BTR list. That's the list that the town uses to reach out to the businesses for their renewals for the licenses and the BTR lists. In terms of those emails, I don't upload those emails because technically they're not really subscribers to our email lists. So I really can't be you for laws and purposes of that nature. You really can't be emailing those people if they're not subscribing. But for the BTR, it's a little bit different.
Brandon, do you suggest putting something on social media, calling out the business owners?
Yeah, that's what I was mentioning earlier, Willie. What I'm planning on doing is we decided to go first with the email marketing because, like I had told the committee a while back, I don't remember what meeting it was, but that's a very segmented list, Willie. So those are specifically businesses in the town of Miami Lakes. So we said let's go first with that approach, attack them via the email blast first, and then we'll go towards the. I know once we post this on social media, guys, we're gonna have to vet this like crazy. Because when we get posted on social, everybody's gonna want to be a part of it. Businesses in unincorporated Dade, businesses in Hialeah, we're gonna get those. I already know it. I know that for sure because this is a great initiative and a great idea by the committee. So I know other surrounding businesses want to be a part of this, but we're gonna keep this obviously to Miami Lakes businesses.
And just to clarify, hi everyone, it's Elizabeth. My mic isn't working. So just to clarify, I already uploaded the new licenses on MailChimp where we do our email blast. So we have all of it updated. So what I'm going to do is I'll update that deadline since it was sent out Friday. I'll update the deadline and we'll resend it again. So all the new businesses will also get it. So it's been uploaded, the new BTR list.
Elizabeth, could we add the economic development members on that list?
I believe the economic development members are already on because this is our business list. So we have a main email list and we have a business list. So the economic development members are already on it.
Did you guys receive that? Neil, Steve, did you get that email blast?
No, I didn't.
Did you, Andrea?
No, I did not. Sorry, I did not.
Neither did I.
Is that possible? Could we add them, Elizabeth?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I believe if you guys did not unsubscribe, yes, and if you guys did not unsubscribe to the email list, then I can add you. I believe Steve might have unsubscribed because I remember adding your email. I'll try it again, but if you guys did not unsubscribe to the original emails, I am more than.
Yeah, so the issue with the email marketing system that we have is not an issue. It's more like a legal situation when it comes to email marketing. That's what I was mentioning about the people subscribing or not subscribing. Once somebody unsubscribes, it's really hard for us to get them back on the subscription list, because that's just a legal.
So if you guys unsubscribed on your side, then I can't re-add you. I can only add new members in or new people in.
Hey, Brandon, they can, Steve and everybody here, Jessica, they get that email blast. They can forward it on their own, right? That won't be an issue for them, correct?
Correct.
So it's important that if we don't have Steve and Alex, have you ever received those emails?
No.
Okay. It's important that we try because that way you guys have more of we have more reach with each of you guys sending it out as well.
Yeah, I haven't gotten the emails either, and if I can get them, I'd love to send it out to the BNI chapter for Miami Lakes. I've already got 2 small businesses there with locations here that are willing to participate.
Awesome. What I can do is I can add you to the business list.
That's perfect.
I'll forward it to you. If anything, I will forward you the link of the email so you can forward it to your on your side.
Elizabeth, I'm going to send you all their emails now in a separate email, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
No problem.
Okay, so just to backtrack a little, we were just talking about creating missions. And so I was asking for every member to create 10 missions and send it to the EDC email, which Willie will send out after this meeting. And then just for an update for prizes and giveaways, you know, this is something that's kind of ongoing. It comes with your outreach. So as you kind of connect, so whether it's, you know, kind of giveaway items or prizes for the prize for the first, second, and third place winning teams, I think it's, you know, it's going to develop as we outreach to the local businesses. And if anyone has anything, ideas outside of, you know, you know, I obviously bring it forward. But, you know, the initial thought was that, you know, for like the restaurants and everyone that's participating, if you get multiple, you know, gift cards, right, you create kind of a winning package, and it could be, you know, it'll be like a dine around Miami Lakes. It could be a shop around Miami Lakes. It could be a service, you know, it could be all of that in a first, second, and third place. And so just as we're asking them to participate, it would come back to them as well.
Andrea, if we have like a more physical based mission, should we clear it by the business? So I'm thinking, let's say, for example, for Bank United, we say, hey, take a picture with the cow. I'd be a little bit worried that like people are going to start climbing on top of the cow and all that sort of stuff. No, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the whole point of getting the businesses on board, because then they understand that this is going to happen. And you know, I mean, I don't know about Steve, but I know the cows on Main Street, people climb on them daily. You know, the one on Kai's, in front of Kai's, that one gets photographed all of the time on Main Street. Yeah. One outside of our office.
Yeah, we get a lot of people photographing their kids, putting them on top. Great. We've actually, in the how many years that cow has been there, we've actually repainted it like 3 times. But I mean, to the last question, it's a good question, because the way we're running our business is the doors are closed. So there are appointments made to either open accounts, come into the safety deposit box. The majority of the transactions are done through the drive-through or online and stuff like that. So it's not like we have our doors open, you know. It would have to be an outside thing, and I'm gonna just take your idea as mine when I talk to my people, because look, it's a good thing you got going there, because look, we have hats, cups, whatever. So it's not like I'm asking anybody for a check. We've got boxes of stuff there that are just sitting there in the branch, you know?
Right. And I think, Rami, you laughed at me when I said it, because, you know, for anyone this year, we probably planned on multiple trade shows and different not happening. So this is a way to kind of, you know, in a safe way, and it, you know, it's different. So it's an opportunity. Okay. But yes, but to your point, Alex, that's the point of getting the businesses signed on board, because I wouldn't want to create a mission around a business if they weren't a part of it in that sense, because it's kind of a give and take. And so that's why, you know, some of the missions will be kind of generic in the sense of, you know, it's not specific to a business, nor is it specific to a certain location. You know, one of the missions that came up was, you know, life imitating art. It's like, you know, find a piece of artwork. You know, we have a lot of art in public places around Miami Lakes, and imitate it. So I imagine a lot of people doing the Newsboy out front, in front of the hotel. You know, it's a very, you know, it's a bronze statue out there.
It's iconic. It's iconic statue.
Yeah. So, you know, how many pictures are we going to see people with a Miami Lake, or maybe holding it up and taking their photo? So, I mean, I think it's an opportunity for everyone to participate, to get creative. I think the more creative people are, you know, since it's running live, we can give bonus points. So it's going to be great. We just need to get businesses on board.
Yeah, we need you guys.
I've got three so far from BNI, and Jose's not on the call, but Amaranth Bank is in. That goes without saying.
Perfect.
Yeah. Does anyone have a connection to No Quiero Cocinar, to NQC? That would be. We can come up with a ton of stuff to do there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we all do. I think Willie does too, but Milo, I'm sure, would be more than willing to participate.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a great location right now. What we're going through. You pick up your food, you go home. So
Andre, I don't know if it was included in the emails, but a list of the businesses that we have on board.
I'll include that
Okay.
for after this meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will get out to you all.
yeah, send me the updated form, sign-in form. And I just sent Elizabeth all your emails. That way you guys can reblast it.
And wait, let me ask you a question. Just the chamber, I may not be up to date with what the chamber's involvement is. Have they helped in terms of promotion for this?
No, but I thought about them this morning. And Magali, you're on the call. Would Marta be able to do an e-blast out to the chamber?
What do you mean to do an event? We can send, you know.
Right. Yeah, to send it out for an outreach to the local. Okay, perfect.
Yes, we send it to the membership and send it to the friends of the chamber.
Perfect. Okay. I thought actually, I think I received an email from Marta this morning or yesterday, and I was like, wait a second. So that'd be great.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brandon. Thank you. Yeah, the more sources that push out the information, the better.
Correct. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then we talked about, we kind of jumped around. We talked about marketing. Is there anything more that we need to discuss at this point?
Brandon, did we answer your questions, the ones you had this morning and yesterday?
That's it. That's all I needed. So once we get that email sent out, I'll go ahead and we'll create some content for social media in terms of like a flyer or like a little image to go ahead and get that posted on social, and we'll get that sent to the committee and send it over to you guys, and then we'll go ahead and get that caption done and get it posted. Once we send it on the email blast, we'll wait, give it a couple of days, and then go ahead and get it posted on social media.
And look out for the email. I'll be sending it in a few minutes with the new due date with everyone added. So if you did not receive the email blast by the end of the day, send me an email and I'll forward it to you guys.
Thank you. What I'll do is I'll CC, when I send you guys a mass email, I'll CC Elizabeth so you can reach her directly, okay?
Okay, so anything else? Anyone have any ideas, additions, thoughts, other? Your time is perfect, so I want to keep us like on track.
Are we concerned about congregation of too many people? So while this is going on, if we have like 10 groups of people going to one spot, I mean, is there a way that we can manage this?
One of the beautiful things that Goose Chase, I guess, updated with their app when this whole COVID hit was mixing up the missions. So there will be 100 missions, and every person who logs in will not see that, like their first 10 will not be identical. So it should jumble it up enough that as you're scrolling through, like there's very, like, I don't know how people kind of manage their things, but someone might go looking for easy ones to do, but they won't see the same first 20, which I think was a result of how they created this mixing up, so that way to kind of combat.
That should do it. I think that's good.
And you also have like 16 days, so it's kind of spread across.
Right. And so, I mean, what I imagine is someone in the folks at Goose Chase explained to me is like, someone might go to a certain spot and try to accomplish multiple missions at that one. It could be someone goes to Main Street for one day and tries to do missions within town center, or they may go to Park Center shops and then maybe hit the park too, if we incorporate the parks in it. Yeah.
Yep. Andrea, have you connected with the Parks Department?
Yeah, he's on my list to call because I haven't.
Okay. Thank you. Because those little pocket parks, people not aware of them. So thank you.
Yes. Absolutely. Any other?
What can we do about even-handedness. So I'm wondering, like you mentioned it, you said like, oh, maybe somebody will try to go for all the easy ones. Now I'm concerned, like, okay, what if we end up getting a cluster of like businesses that are like much better served by this than others? I'm like, somebody gets everybody, but somebody else who signed up doesn't even get like one person to kind of come in. And I would hate to do that to any of the businesses that sign up.
So the points, I think, is the best way to combat that. We could push points to certain businesses that want to, to make sure that people are going to them, because, they could do one easy mission for 100 points, but they can go over here and get 500 points for something, so I think that's one way to kind of combat, pushing people in different things.
Mm-hmm.
The point. And so also as you're playing, you're watching the leaderboards. So the numbers go, ticking up, ticking down. So you can kind of see where you are. And so it might, encourage you to find some of those bonus point ones too, to participate in.
Right.
Yep. That's a good point, Alex, because I'm a member of the Shop Kicks, and you go to certain stores, you get a certain amount of points, and they change every day. So that's a very, very good point. I think this is based off the same technology, that when you go into you open your app and you collect 50 points,
Yeah.
I think as a general point, maybe some of the ones that are a little bit more difficult to get to should have some more points assigned. Like NQC is great, but they're out kind of like in their own corner,
Yeah.
So like a little incentive to go there besides the food, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's where the bonus points kick in too. Like you can really push people. And then, as it's going on, we can also check in, I think as part of the committee, we should be checking in with the businesses and getting feedback, because we can add things and take away things as the event's going live. So, and we can even crowdsource the participants to find out if they want, what kind of mission do you want to, complete? And so that sometimes the folks at Goose Chase told me that, sometimes you can get some pretty good ideas that come from that as well.
And should all of our missions involve somebody going to the business, maybe not entering it, but like physically kind of getting around it?
I think so. Or depending on the business, it could be something, if it's a text, it could be, going online and looking up something maybe on the internet. I mean, I guess I'm thinking more of, for those businesses that the doors are closed and they're not welcoming people in and they don't really have a storefront, that's an alternative, and it would drive people to their website to find out more. They would see more.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Look, anywhere you look at it, I think if it's properly thought out by the businesses for the different tasks, it's a great marketing tool for the businesses.
Right.
I'm already inventing in my brain. We've come out with new products. Get online and access this, and that type of stuff. It's a great marketing tool. I think it should be really pushed hard like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, this is great for what's going on now, and then if we do this right, we can use this tool moving forward. We bought a one-time game, but the idea is to do it right now so we can test it and hopefully invest in the year subscription. So I agree, Steve. And Andrea, she's been doing a lot of work on this. This is not easy. That's why we need you guys.
All right. Anything else? Okay.
So Andrea, you'll send me the updated PDF
Yes.
with the new date. Brandon and I think Elizabeth, it's in the process of the e-blast, so you guys should receive it. Forward that out, and let's get those businesses signed up so we can launch on the 6th. We can make Brandon can do his magic.
Okay. All right. How do we adjourn? Do we have to get a motion?
Yeah, we need a motion.
Wait, one thing really quickly, actually.
Okay.
Is this going to be at only specific times of the day, or is it going to be like an all-day thing?
All day. All day.
I'm just thinking of businesses that may not be open till a little later in the evening, or something like that, or somebody that's not open in the mornings. Sure.
No, it runs, it's 24 hours essentially. But you can make a mission time sensitive. So if, for example, a business doesn't want to participate, for the whole time, and they're willing to just like sign on board for like one day from a certain time frame, we can do that too. And then that would that would push people on that day to that business potentially. But
sorry, Andrea, for cutting in. I just wanted to make a note of this. Check your junk mails when you receive our email blast, because we're having problems. Some people receive them in their main list, some in their inbox, some people receive it in their junk mail. So just make sure you check both inboxes, both folders before you send Willie a message that you didn't receive it. Right, thank you.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Wait, my brain is kind of ticking right now. Okay, so for I'm thinking, you mentioned like businesses that may not have storefronts. Should we encourage or businesses that maybe like some businesses would want to set up like a table at a park or something instead of having them come to like the business? Or, I don't know. Just something.
Do that and make it one of those time sensitive ones. So like, so that way it's like, hey, come by XYZ Park, show us your something, and like, I don't know, depending on what the business is, I have no clue.
Farmers market on Saturdays? No, right?
Right now.
No farmers.
Bummer.
Yeah. But yeah, but no, the opportunities are out there.
Yeah, like I said, it's rolling right now.
Yeah, no, I've come up with a few fun ones, I think. So if you look on the blog on Goose Chase, like you can see like in New York City, the New York City one shows a really good city one, and it incorporates restaurants and locations and stuff, and it kind of will help also kind of get your mind going and how to set it up. Yeah.
Things that people don't know, like the High Line in New York. They're involved in the Goose Chase, but High Line, I discovered it maybe 7 years ago or 5 years ago. I was in a meeting, Parks Directors meeting, and I didn't know they existed. So those are the things we want to capture in this particular hunt here. We want to open people's eyes, what we have. I personally didn't know that we had a historical site on town, and I lived here for 20 years. So that could be part of the hunt too, Andrea, by the way. The hammocks. Yep.
So we got 100 missions. Everyone comes up with 10. I'm gonna take a motion to adjourn so everyone can keep their minds going.
Yeah. Alex, we need you. You and Rami. I know you like this stuff, so get to it.
Got it.
I got Steve. I spoke to Steve yesterday. I already have him on the mission already, so.
Yeah, Willie, that's what happens when you have pictures of me, I can't say no, Willie.
I love you, brother. I love you.
Back in the day,
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right,
email has been sent out, so check those folders and let me know, all right?
Yep. Well, Madam Chair, I would make a motion to adjourn if nobody has any other questions, I guess.
I second that motion.
Thank you guys for everything. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Be safe, okay?
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
white chair has arrived.
We can see beard. We don't know who's behind it.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to see you. Give a few minutes, we'll start. Just waiting to see if anybody else logs in.
Mike, that beard is breaking uniform regulation.
He's wearing blue.
This is an excellent notebook.
Yeah.
Willie, are we public yet? Willie? It looks like he has a 1,000-mile stare in his eyes.
Chairman, let's give it a couple minutes. Make sure everybody logs in. Well, we have a great turnout so far.
Absolutely.
Mr. Chairman, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
No, you can't see me. I cut off the video because I'm at work.
I don't see Ed. Ed Pan.
Gary, if Ed doesn't log in, would you mind taking the minutes?
Okay. It's a rough week.
Thank you, Gary. Chairman, we can, if you want to start the meeting.
All right, let's call the meeting to order. Michael Coots is online, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
He was.
Yeah, Michael's there. He's logged in.
That's him, the fan spinning around.
Alex, last week it was Larry took the reins for the subcommittee meeting. Why don't you take the reins today?
We have a rotating chair.
You good with that?
Yeah, I guess. Okay, but wait, hold on, because I haven't pulled up the agenda.
Chairman, there's 8 committee members on the line now.
So we meet quorum.
Yep. And so, I have Lynn Matos joining us now, and the police department.
Fantastic.
So we are official, sir.
Okay, since it's a subcommittee meeting, Alex is going to go ahead and run it.
All right, it is now 17:04, 5:04 p.m. on Wednesday, October 28, 2020. Calling this meeting to order. Roll call. Alejandro Sanchez, present.
Larry
Chair
Wong,
Angel Luis Vasquez.
So we have me, Larry, Angel.
Janelle Lazala,
Gary Cardenas,
Leo Rodriguez, present.
Mario, mute yourself. Michael.
Here.
Mario Chavez. Oh, you're-
Present. There you go. There you go. Nice to see you.
And then we also have the Honorable Lynn Matos present in our meeting today.
Thank you.
Very welcome. And from the town of Miami Lakes, we have Willie Sanchez and Brandon Diaz, along with Officer Soto from the town of Miami Lakes and Miss Emily Moreno.
Emily's the intern for the mayor's office.
Good to know. So at this moment, Gary, if you want to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay, if you'll stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
which
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may sit.
Now for a moment of silence for those that are no longer with us or that are far away from home and can't be with their families at this time. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to open the floor to public comments. Does anybody have any comments before we start the meeting? No, public comments has come and gone. Order of business. First thing we need to do is adopt the minutes from the meeting on October 19th. Has everyone had a chance to review those minutes?
yes.
Can I have a motion on the floor to accept the minutes from the meeting on October 19th?
I motion.
I'll second.
Okay, who motioned?
Larry.
Larry? Okay.
No,
And
Leo.
then-
Oh, okay. Larry.
Otherwise, it's good. I move.
Okay, we have nothing under presentation, nothing under old business, new business. Go ahead.
I don't know.
Mario, everything okay?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay, no worries, all good. Okay, nothing under presentations and announcements, nothing under old business. Let's get to new business, Veterans Day logistics update. Willie, how's it going?
Okay, we haven't taken a vote on the minutes, have we?
Oh, I apologize, you're absolutely right. To accept we have the
Yeah.
motion. Second,
I moved with the correction of Larry's last name to that they be approved.
Is there a second?
I second.
Okay.
Angel?
Yes.
Okay, thanks.
All in favor of approving the minutes as circulated with the change of Larry's last name?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it, the minutes have passed. All right, so let's see a full presentation in the known business since there isn't any. Let's get to new business. Logistics, how's it going with participants? Have we had anybody sign up, Willie?
Yeah, we have, I'm pleased to announce that Brandon and I are coordinating with the fire department. Looks like they will be in the police department as well. We have the Historical Society of Equipment, military vehicles also on board. I haven't checked the list today as far as the signups. The Sanka Club has signed up. I believe Leo's organization has signed up. Thank you, Leo. And Food and Wine also signed up. Lynn Matos, thank you. Those are the ones I know from the top of my head. You know, and today we confirmed with LiveFX Pros for the live streaming of the parade. So it's going to be live streamed for those who cannot see it from their homes. It'll be live, and Brandon Diaz is coordinating the logistics associated with that now with the company. And we also booked their mobile sound machine. So we're going to have patriotic songs throughout the whole parade. God willing.
And what's the name of the company, Willie?
LiveFX Pros.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And if have you received the registration for the VFW motorcycle group? I had sent them over the registration link yesterday as soon as you emailed it to us.
Yeah, and I did also to Fermin. I sent it to him.
Thank you. I did I haven't checked it today. I'll check after me. I'll send you guys an update who signed up. I'll send you the PDF file. But I also sent it to Obi. It's one of the gentlemen that the chairman had a connection with, a big military truck. So I spoke to him verbally yesterday as well. And he's committed. So he has I know Angel knows a little bit more than I do, but he has an amazing unit. I don't know if Angel, you want to describe it?
He just has a 5-ton unit, like a deuce and a half, but a 5-ton. And it's beautiful. It's completely restored. He's probably put into it close to $30,000.
Wow.
It's gorgeous.
Nice.
Yep, I can attest to that.
And how about that motorcycle, Angel, that you had brought up? I saw it in the pictures you posted this weekend on social media with the American flags from a law firm.
That's Rubenstein Law. He's in. I will be sending his registration.
Okay. Willie, have we had any of the elected officials answer back with their participation and if they're bringing a driver or not?
Okay, so that email blast went to the elected officials this morning with the details that the committee expressed and they voted on. Basically, they'll have a driver pick up the vehicle and meet them at town hall where they'll exchange cars, and that driver will stay with the elected official throughout the whole parade. At the end, that driver will drop them off at town hall, and they proceed to Miami Lakes Outlet Mall. Alex, I did tell in the email, it states they have to pick the car between 8 and 8:45. Because I want to make sure you get back to Royal Oaks because you're part of the committee and part of the parade. So it gives us a 15-minute window. In case we're late, you have to 9 o'clock, and then you can take off to Royal Oaks. But very strict guidelines. Nobody's allowed off the cars. There'll be a check-in point with the police department, along with some of you checking the people in. There's no exchange of any bottles or anything like that. They're going to bring their own drinks. We're going to separate the cars within the parking lot into sections. Daniel Angel, the parks director, and I will be coordinating on the site plan on that. Once we have all the participants, we can design it, and I'll share that with the whole committee.
Okay, did you see
that? But we have to be very strict, guys. There's no socializing. There's no in-person lines. The checkpoint, PPE on. Here, you're so-and-so. Okay, go to section 1. Go to section 2. And that's it. There will be restrooms open outside. But, again, we're going to encourage everybody to stay in their car, within their car zone. I know Angel expressed that he has to set up his equipment when he gets there. So we're going to space it out. And Alejandro, if I may say this now, Alejandro and I spoke, I think yesterday, Alejandro. And Alejandro's going to be our key person at the auto mall. He's going to be doing the check-in of the drivers and handing off the keys. As per the instruction of the Miami Lakes Auto Mall, we want to make sure that we also have a driver's license, a copy of driver's license, Alejandro, and that's been stated in the email as well that went to the elected officials.
Now, did you see the message that Emily just popped up?
Yes, gentlemen, that's what I was commenting right now. I was going to mention to Willie. As of right now, registered on our Google Forms, we have VFW Riders Group, post 10212. We have Miami Vet Center, Department of Veterans Affairs. We have Catholic Hospice. We have the Miami Lakes Food and Wine Festival. We have the First Florida chapter of the Military Vehicle Preservation Association. We have Elite Rides Crew, and we have Zonta Club of Miami Lakes registered. So what I'll do is I'll send Emily a message now to go ahead and have her get that group to sign up. with the link, the Google form.
Okay, yeah. 'cause
I know the committee discussed having a cap because they had 100 cars. So is that Chairman Vasquez? Is that the still same thought process?
I think Larry came out with what? Larry, did you come out 120 to 150?
Between 115 and 120 will give us 2 hours, considering it going at 5 miles an hour, average length of the car being somewhere around 16 to 17 feet, averaging the trucks in, spacing them 1.5 car lengths apart. To take just about, we can do in 2 hours, 115 to 120 vehicles.
No, that's something that I want to bring up about the speed. At 5 miles an hour, will a motorcycle keep balance?
Yes.
Okay. Because
Believe it or not, 5 miles an hour is actually pretty fast. We're probably going to be going slow. We're probably going to be going slower than that.
Then 5?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, if you let go of the brake of your car, if you let go of the brake of your car and let your car run by itself, an automatic car, it runs at 5 miles an hour, and that's actually pretty fast.
Because a car is fine going at 5 or under, but a motorcycle, remember, is only on 2 wheels. How slow can it go? And not
a motorcycle
experienced riders. Yeah, experienced riders have no problem with that.
Yeah, experienced riders, we do that all the time. I do it on my bike. I could go 2-3 miles if I have to.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can put them at the front anyway to lead.
to lead the parade, I would assume would be the Miami-Dade Police Department with the Grand Marshal following behind and the elected officials.
Right, and then the motorcycle. And Lady Liberty could be leading that group. Lady Justice, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, Alex, they're good. They're good. 5 miles an hour, believe it or not, is quite fast. 5 miles an hour is just like I said, let go of your brake and let the car ride. And believe it or not, you're moving pretty fast.
Okay.
So we may be going anywhere from 2 to 5 at times. So I think 100 cars is probably the ideal number.
Okay.
Yeah, we got. I agree with that, Chairman. I think 100 would be a safe number to reach, and keeps the police department. Remember, we have to be closing intersections as we go.
Right.
We don't want to stress.
It helps the police department.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want cards, I've had a few individuals reach out on social media and on the phone to volunteer for the parade. I told them this year, we're not going to be having any volunteers because of the format of the parade for the year. But I have recommended that the best way that they want to volunteer and participate, if they could stand along the parade route to enjoy the parade. So if I can recommend for the rest of everybody on the committee, or if you know anybody that wants to help out, just tell them, hey, come and enjoy the parade. Stand on the sides, cheer it on, and spread the word. It's the best way that they can help.
Hey, if you want me to chime in for a second, first of all, good afternoon to everybody.
Good afternoon.
From our last meeting, I know you guys were talking specific police vehicles that we're going to have on display. Yes. We've confirmed the old classic car that led the parade last year. So unless you guys tell me otherwise, I plan to use that as a lead vehicle. I'll be leading it myself, but for traffic direction purposes, I'll be going ahead of the group. The classic Miami-Dade police car will be the lead vehicle with veterans inside of it because the driver's actually a veteran. We confirmed the new pink police vehicle, the breast cancer awareness vehicle. And today, if you guys saw us driving around the town, we drove the route with the actual helicopter vehicle. So, yeah, and we were able to put down 82nd Avenue with everybody voting. Correct. And I took it down 82nd Avenue with everybody voting on both sides, and we had no problems. We did the actual route today with a chopper.
Awesome.
So on that part. So you got those 3 vehicles confirmed. Regarding the speed, 5 miles per hour will be our target speed. Like everything we always do, we're communicate and we're fluid. If there's somewhere we got to go slower because it's a veteran's house, there's more people outside, absolutely we'll slow down. If not, 5 is pretty good because from doing the bike rides that we do, I can tell you it's pretty hard to keep the car at 5 in itself because it wants to idle a little bit more. We have to downshift the gears, but we'll keep that. I'll be in front. And I got no problem with being communication. And again, we'll slow it down if needed more specifically for a veteran's house or a group of people outside. So we'll stay fluid on that front.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you, Sergeant. And Sergeant Soto, if you can call me later, I have a question for you regarding advisories for the public.
You got it. No problem with it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant Soto.
Thank you.
Also, I got PPEs from my organization if we need to hand out to the community just in case. So, we're definitely able to volunteer all that help.
Awesome.
Okay.
I heard that there was 100 cars, but did you guys specify the amount of Jeeps that you guys want for the parade? Sorry, I think I missed it, or you guys didn't mention it.
100 is the cap that we're going. Once we hit 100 vehicles, that's it. We're capping off. It'll be closed. I know, Emily, you said that your group has over 100 Jeeps, or so to be safe. I don't know, Chairman. Maybe ask for 10.
How many?
What would be your opinion?
What do we have so far? Fred committed to what, 35?
From Fred's, between the committees and elected officials, we're looking at approximately in the Grand Marshal between 18 and 20 cars.
Okay. 18 and 20 cars.
Yeah.
Plus, okay, so yeah, the kappa is 100. So when we reach 100, that's it. We can't take any more.
Yep. So Emily, you want to request maybe 8 to 10 of those designer Jeeps?
Yeah, perfect. That'll do.
And I believe, and Brandon sent the link on the thread now. If you don't have it, Emily.
What's the cap per group? What's the number per group limitation?
Well, the cap is when we hit 100. We have to be like a group like the writers. We have to give them a number. We have to give them a cap.
Right. It all depends, because if we have 5 groups and they each bring 10, that's 50 plus the Grand Marshal, and that's
70, 75.
Yeah.
We still have room for another 25.
Right. So it depends on how many groups with vehicles are participating.
Yep. And the police department and the fire department.
Right.
Because the fire will have people in the front, in the between, and the police will have people in front, some units in the back.
Willie?
So that 100 number gets filled pretty fast, and that's the number that's going to be safe for everybody to. We have to make sure we do everything correct this year, guys. We can't afford any mistakes.
Okay. Willie,
If I can.
Oh, go ahead, Lynn.
Go ahead, Lynn.
Thank you. A couple of things. I think that with all due respect to any other group, we need to make sure that all of the committees have had an opportunity to decide whether they want a vehicle in the parade or not. Those entities that are within the organization, before we give 50 spots to just one group. Although I love the organization, and I think that's great, the desire to participate, but I do think that we need to be sure that we have, at the very minimum, put this out to all of the committees, all the organizations, the optimists, to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to participate. The other thing I wanted to mention, Brandon, can you hear me okay? I just wanted to make sure that it was discussed with LightFX to see what the cost would be to have some video done, including using a drone, which would be very cool to use as a marketing tool for the parade in the upcoming year or two.
In years past, we've used a drone.
Yeah, I don't recall if that's included in the quote. I can pull it up real quick. I'm not sure off the top of my head if it's included in the quote.
Right. It would be a little bit different scenario this time because you're covering a larger area, but it could be really awesome, and we get some great footage from the drone.
The plans to live stream the whole event, though, Lynn. So
I understand that, but live streaming, it would be different, and it would be nice to know what the cost would be to see what they would do for some still photography. We did this last year, I believe, and also some drone footage so that those things can be used to market the parade and to honor our veterans throughout the year. Honestly, this could be used a number of different times. Cost is well.
Sorry, Lynn, go ahead. So the quote that we got, Willie, from what I saw there, is a quote for the live streaming of the actual parade. And then we also have the quote for the mobile unit, which is a Soundwave unit.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all up to the committee because within the budget for the event, that's the current quote that we have. It's the quote for Soundwave, which is the mobile music unit, and then to be able to stream the entire event. So we don't have a drone included in that quote.
What's our budget for the parade?
6,000.
6,000, yeah.
And do we have any sponsors for the parade? Cash sponsors?
No.
Well, the quote currently sitting at where it's at right now is 3,600 roughly, Willie.
Yeah.
Ballpark figure.
Yeah, our budget's 6,000, and we also have to take account of the bricks. We ordered large flags for the elected officials and committee members today, and the shirts are being ordered as well. We have a limited amount of shirts for the.
So how much is left of the $6,000 budget?
Roughly maybe $500, $600 left. Yeah, we can ask LightFX Pro, see if they want to donate the drone services. We can ask that question, but the budget's pretty tight right now.
Is that, excuse me, is that including the bricks that we discussed the last?
Yeah, the bricks are included there too, 50 bricks, which we might have to reduce because of the shipping costs. We might have to reduce that number because we got to make sure we have enough money to pay for the shipping as well.
Exactly. I think maybe we should rethink that. That's
yeah.
Not necessarily. I mean, in my opinion, it's a good idea, but I mean that'd be the last of the priorities.
We could always downsize on the amount of bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we would need a vote for that. I think if we agreed on 50, if we downsize, I don't think we would need an actual vote for that.
I don't believe so.
The other thing, I wasn't necessarily suggesting that LightFX be asked to donate that, but maybe if we can get a cost, it might be conceivable that we can get a sponsor for the drone.
Let's do this because we're still before the break. Am I right?
Willie, I think the route that the chairman proposed would probably be the easiest option. Obviously, the committee would like to do that, but I just think that.
Yeah, let's get a price. Let's ask LightFX Pros for if that's the committee's wish. If the committee votes to have a drone footage, vote on it, and then we'll get a price on it.
Excuse me, doesn't there have to be FAA approval to have a drone 5 miles from the airport? I mean, we're in Class C airspace here. Is that okay to do that?
Yeah, that's the route. We should be fine in terms of the flight path because we're not going to be flying as high as you might think that we need to. We're not going to fly that high.
I think it's anything over 200 feet, right, Brandon?
Yeah, it's something like that, but we don't need to go that high.
Right.
And when you
if we stay within 50 feet, and that 50 feet is a lot. I mean, we could be at 20, 30, 40 feet, and that's more than enough.
I think, Brandon, if we do the drone, maybe only for takeoff, correct? We can stage them somewhere by the park as the units come out from the park.
I'm envisioning something like a recap video, kind of the parade is what I envision. Kind of something like a beginning, middle, during, and after, so they can create something like that. That's kind of what I had in mind.
I like that idea.
Yeah, because it will have to be it has to be takeoff, the drone footage, because the drone can't fly throughout the parade.
Well, the drone actually can fly. The drone actually can fly throughout the parade, depending how many batteries they have. Depending what drone it is, it can go up in the air for 15 minutes to half an hour at a time per battery. And they could actually be stationed on the back of a vehicle. Let's say in the back of my truck, and they can have the drone land in the back of my truck during the parade, switch out batteries, and keep on going.
If I can.
Once we get to know how much it's going to cost, because for all we know right now, we're throwing these ideas out there, but we don't have enough money to do it. So I think we should cross that bridge once we know how much it's going to cost to get this drone done.
And quite frankly, it's the responsibility of the company that you're hiring to ensure that you're not violating the airspace. That's part of the job that when you pay somebody to do this, that's part of what you're paying for, the service that you're paying. Having worked with these guys for years, they're awesome. I would certainly encourage you, if it's something you're going to do, reach out. They'll take care of that part and get us the estimate.
Okay, but we are still having one more meeting before the parade. Am I right?
No, there's no time allotted right now.
No.
This is our final meeting before the parade.
The order as to who's going to be in the parade, like who's going in what place in the parade.
We're gonna figure that out between Claricel, the team, Claricel's team, and myself. We'll sit down and we'll figure that out.
Could I ask you guys a question?
Obviously, the most important part is the Grand Marshal and the police officers in the front, and then it will be the elected officials, and then after that, we will continue with the Veterans Committee, the American Legion, and so on.
William,
that's not a logistical nightmare like it is in the previous years.
if you guys need more information in regards to the drone, my brother works for the FAA, and I'm able to ask him any questions and get that information forward to you guys.
For the drone issue, guys.
Can I ask you guys a question, please? Hello.
Ms. Rubio, 1 second, because public comments has come and gone. I'll be more than happy to open it up as soon as we're.
No, never mind. But this has to do with the height that the drone needs to fly.
Okay, but
guys, we're touching that subject. With that subject.
Okay. Never mind. It's not my meeting anyway, but I do have that information. Have a nice day, guys.
Thank you. Well, is that we're diverting and we need to get back on track because we're.
Yeah, we have to vote, guys. We definitely have to vote.
Okay, so as long as the drone fits within the budget, I'm gonna put a motion on the floor to have the drone as long as it fits within the budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
I second. Larry seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we'll have a drone.
Brandon, could you coordinate, since you gotta get with LifeX Pros, coordinate that request, please?
The whole situation with everybody worrying about the flight path and all that, I can rest assured, guys, with the work that we've done with LifeX Pros in the past, these guys will ensure that we're complying with all regulations of FAA. So don't worry about that. They will handle that, and they will ensure that we're complying with any regulations and rules in place.
Okay.
I have a question. What about, I mean, the actual, when we commence with the parade, the Veterans Committee shows up, the American Legion shows up. I mean, who goes in what car? I mean, who's going to orchestrate that? How are we going to plan that?
Well, that's what I was bringing up earlier, to the point where when is the next meeting where we can sit down and organize who goes where and in what order. And Angel brought up that Claricel and their team, including Angel, are going to get together to organize that portion of it.
Right, because the vehicles, listen, the vehicles, we already have my vehicle. If we can get more vehicles, and that's the biggest thing we're asking, you know, from people in the committee and other committees. If we can get more vehicles to carry veterans, and that's ideal. I can only carry so much in my truck. I'm trying not even to drive my truck. I'm trying to see if I drive my Harley and have somebody drive my truck. So, you know, people fit in the back. There's people that fit inside the truck. We need more vehicles.
How many people and how many vehicles do we need? How many people do we have in the American Legion, Gary?
Gary, you're on mute, Gary. Gary, you're on mute. We can't hear you.
Read his lips.
And he dropped off and then it came back on again. For sure, we have 4 or 5 right now. We just have to get the others. If you, Larry, you'll be there. I don't know if Mike will be in the same group too with us.
I'm gonna have my truck there.
Well, we're with the Veterans Committee. I mean, either way. I mean, it's. What
Yeah,
about
Veterans Committee is going to have a car also.
So just the same email that was sent to elected officials today, that's going to be sent to all the chairs, and they'll determine who they want to drive or who'll be in the car. Remember, people need to feel comfortable that the people that are around in the car, there's a disease out there. So we got to make sure whoever picks who's going to be in their car, they're comfortable with that. The same purpose with the elected officials.
My point exactly. We need to pre-plan that before the day of the parade. So when you show up, you know exactly where to go.
Oh, well, the chairs, the committee chairs will be invited. They're not required to participate. If they say, yes, I want a car, they'll give me the driver who's going to pick up the car, and they're going to meet at town hall as well, just like the elected officials, and they'll proceed to Royal Oaks Park after getting, exchanging cards.
Are you saying the committee members should go to town hall?
No, the chair of the committee is going to get an email asking if they want to be part of the parade. And the chair will.
Where do the committee members meet? Where do we meet?
The committee members will be, depending where your assignment's going to be. If you have a car that you're going to drive, you particular. I know you, Larry, you have a motorcycle. I don't know if that's what you want to use. But the committee members will meet at Royal Oaks Park.
Okay, we're not supposed to mingle at Royal Oaks Park. We're supposed to stay in our vehicles.
Your vehicles, correct.
So if once we meet there, I mean, shouldn't we have park and know an assigned vehicle to go to, whether it be Angel's truck or wherever we're supposed to go? That's my question. Where do we go?
with regard to that, Willie, have we told the participants, please sign up by this date?
Yeah, there's a deadline on it. Yeah, there's it's on. I believe we are closing the registration on Thursday. Brandon is what Claire told us.
Which
Well,
Thursday? The Thursday before, so the 5th?
I'm sorry, Brandon. Go ahead.
We have it set up for Friday at 6. That's how we initially set it up.
Yeah, we're going. I think she mentioned we may have to change it to Thursday.
Okay.
We'll speak to her.
Are you meeting with Claricel?
Yeah, I don't think I'm making my point. Maybe I'm not clear. When a committee member or when an American Legion person shows up who's actually going to be in the parade, they need to be assigned ahead of time before the parade what vehicle they're going to be in. And then comes the second question, are we comfortable going with them, wearing masks? What's the deal with that? I mean,
Well,
that's
what I'm getting to. We need to know first who is going to be participating in the parade before we say you're going to go in this car. What if that car never is not registered for the parade? So we need to know first who's going to be participating, which I'm guessing is on Thursday, which is the deadline. So by Friday morning, we'll know exactly who's going to be in the parade. But then we also need a list of pre-registered participants from the Legion, from the area that want to.
How do we orchestrate? How do we reach out to the members? Do we send an email out to them? Should they just email back to Angel?
Yeah.
Or
They'll come back.
Yeah,
Like every year.
Okay, guys, there's no. Let's retract there. The people, the members of the post who want to be part of the parade and have a vehicle, they will sign up in the parade participant list.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the only way they're not going to show up. There's not going to be a car for them there. I highly discourage that. You know, there's a disease out there. You don't want to mix people with other people. To me, that's very dangerous. And we're not allowed to get off the cars when we get there. So if they want to be Gary and Larry, if they want to be part of the parade and they have a unit that they want to drive, I suggest you tell them to sign up.
But Willie, he's not talking about those individuals. He's talking about the individuals that just show up to the parade and want to be a part of a car.
That's not going to happen. They have to sign up that can't happen.
That's the point we're trying to get across. So
yeah.
Everyone, no matter if you have a vehicle or not that is participating, has to be pre-registered.
Yes.
And you have to arrive. And you have to arrive in the unit.
Yes. Yes.
So that Angel can meet with Claricel and that team to see, okay, this person does not have a vehicle is going to ride in this truck or this Jeep or whatever the case may be.
So, all right. So basically, I signed up this morning to make it a bit more clear. When I signed up, one of the questions was, am I driving my vehicle? How many people are in my vehicle? So that whole pre-register, I'm guessing Willie's the one who gets it. When he gets it, they're going to have that list. They're going to know who's driving and who's not and who's in that vehicle. So whoever, I guess, left over, they should just tag along, but they should already be pre-registered so everything be okay.
Yeah, you have to, if you're not signed up in that registration, you have to sign a waiver. There's a waiver in that registration. You're not gonna be allowed to show up and go in your car. So that can't happen, guys, unfortunately. What we had last year with the bands and stuff, we all gathered, that can't happen. Once they go to Royal Oaks Park, there'll be a checkpoint with police and some of you guys manning the post, which we'll figure it out in a later date. I'll send an email out, see who volunteers. And you tell me, reply to my email, but they get there, they're in their cars, the parade starts at 10, they take off, and they stay in their car, and they have to have their PPEs throughout the whole parade. It's part of the registration.
Do you have a meeting date set with Claricel for the order of the parade?
Not yet, but
it would be either Friday or Saturday before
yeah.
the parade, just the same way it is every year.
Yeah.
Okay.
The most important thing here is this. So I understand what Larry was saying. I fell off. I lost communication somehow, but I'm back on. I understand what Larry's saying is, we all get there, we leave our cars, and then we go with our group. Because obviously no one's walking the parade. No one's going to walk the 8.5 miles at 5 miles an hour. So everyone needs a vehicle to ride in. So that is very important that when we reach out, when the people confirm, Willie, that we reach out to the people that do confirm and say, hey, you are aware that no one's going to be walking the parade. Everyone's going to be in a vehicle. So whoever you signed up will be in your vehicle when you show up at Royal Oaks Park.
There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So Larry, if you want to ride with Angel,
we just have to follow up. We have to follow up with the people that confirm that they will be attending. And when we follow up, we make it very clear that anyone that shows up by foot or in a car that's not participating, then they will not be in the parade.
Yep.
And then what we do, we can go ahead and have a meeting point for us, and I can pick up people, and our meeting point can be Latin American Grill, our meeting point can be Einstein's, whatever. Cars stay there. We do the parade. Then we go over to Robert Alonzo. We meet with everyone, and then after the parade, I drop everyone off at the meeting point.
There you go. That's it. That's the way it should be.
Okay. And that's a personal.
We can't make it more difficult than what it is. This is very
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah, that's a personal decision between Larry that if you want to ride with Angel, you guys have to work those things out.
And now, if I may, let's
Yeah.
I think we've taken care of the logistics pretty well because I have 10 minutes before my class starts.
Alex, will you be taking your pickup truck?
I am.
Okay, perfect.
I am.
Does anyone else that's on this meeting right now have anyone with a pickup truck or a convertible that they can offer or reach out to someone that so they can also have veterans in that vehicle? If you do, please don't miss out on getting the flyer, reaching out to whoever it is that you know has it, and seeing if they can participate.
Okay.
And sign up. So, but Alex, I agree with you. We have to move on. We have a meeting at 6, so we have to vote before that meeting.
9B, the Grand Marshal selection yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Willie sent an email blast to everyone with the 2 individuals that were nominated to be Grand Marshal. The first individual is Frank Valdez. The second individual is Edna Quiros. Has everyone had a chance to review the 2 nominees?
Can you go over it, Alex? Go over each one of them?
Okay, so Mr. Valdez is a Marine. He served in Afghanistan, Africa, and Japan. According to his wife, nominated him. Frank fought valiantly for years and served the country very bravely. He was an E4 in the Marines. He served active duty from 2002 through 2007. Because due to his service, he was honored by the Florida Panthers. And she would like for the town where he resides to honor him as well. So he is the first nominee. The second nominee, Edna Quiros, most of us know her. That is the
Richard Wester's widow.
Wester.
Yeah.
I had asked Willie about this. If Richard ever had the opportunity of being the Grand Marshal in the parade, that's something that he's never had. So if I mean, that in his own, it's the widow of Mr. Wester. He was on the American Legion for 10 years. I mean, everyone here knows who Mr. Wester is.
Can you just read it? You just read it so the same way you did Mr. Valdez?
Absolutely.
So everyone is on the same page.
She was actually nominated twice. Once by Maria Hidalgo from Vidas Healthcare, and another nomination from her.
No, that's for Edna Quiros. She had 2 nominations.
Right. Oh, both from the same person. I guess it just came in twice.
Yeah. No, Valdez only has 1. Willie, did you ever receive the DD 214 information like they're supposed to provide from Valdez?
For Valdez, no, there's no DD2 information on here.
Yeah, there's no information in this application. That's
yeah.
Did you receive it, Willie? Did you receive the DD 214 information?
Say again.
Brandon, you there? Is there any attachments to that document on Google Maps, on Google Forms?
Even then, I'm going to read the reason for nomination now really quickly.
I'll look for right now, Woody. Give me 1 second.
Thank you, Brandon.
Go ahead, Alex.
All right, here we go. Chaplain Edna Quiros is an exemplary leader in the faith community and recently lost her husband, a Purple Heart recipient. She visits patients and families to provide spiritual support. Many of the patients our chaplains visit are veterans in our hospice program. She has been a Vidas Healthcare chaplain for 15 years in Miami-Dade and is the widower of Richard Wester. Richard was a member of the American Legion for 10 years, first at Post 180 in Tampa and transferred into our Post 144 in Miami Lakes 2016, where he continually looked for ways to help other veterans. He was elected vice commander of Post 144 in Miami Lakes 3 years ago. At the same time, he volunteered at Vidas Healthcare, where he spent time visiting and keeping company with fellow veterans. He also served as vice commander for the Town's Veterans Committee. On May 14th, 2020, Richard Wester was provided a proclamation by the mayor of the town of Miami Lakes on behalf of the council and 33,000 Miami Lakers. Richard joined the Marines on June 10th, 1968, and sent to Vietnam, where he was wounded in action. For his wounds, he was awarded a Purple Heart Medal. On February 18th, 1971, he joined the Air Force and assigned a desk job because of his wounds in Vietnam. His decorations include a Purple Heart, Good Conduct Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, and 2 Bronze Stars, a combat action ribbon, a Vietnam Campaign Medal with device, and National Defense Service Medal. That is what is in the inscription for Edna.
And
Okay, so I motion to vote.
If I may just say something, this is the Veterans Day Parade, the Veterans Committee. We should be focusing on the veteran, shouldn't we?
Are the cars going to have flags, Patty?
So you're saying that mosquitoes should not be a nominee?
I'm just saying who should be honored on that day. Should that be a veteran?
Well, remember, in years past, for example, who was the veteran that passed away, and his wife has been working with our committee quite a bit. Jan Schneider, was she not a Grand Marshal one year?
What was the name?
Jan Schneider.
No.
She was never Marshal?
No.
Okay, last year we had 2 Marshals, Pedro.
Right.
And who else was it?
And the other was the recognition for the lady, the realtor, who's been in Miami Lakes, the 100-year-old.
But she was Grand Marshal as well.
They were co-Grand Marshals, and that was a
She was
special.
an honorary Grand Marshal.
Yeah.
So Gary, from what if the best way to fit this would be to make both of them co-marshals?
Or just
Is
put
that
it
what
to
you're
a
saying,
vote.
Gary?
Let's
I'm
just
sorry.
put it to a vote.
Right.
Well, wait a second. I want Gary, we're trying to have to read between the lines. Just let it go. Just let it go.
No, I said what I said. This is a
Right,
Veterans
but
Day
we're having to
parade.
try to read between the lines. Are you
No.
saying that both of them, it would be good to recognize both of them because of the situation? Or are you saying we should not go ahead and recognize at all Richard's wife because she's not the veteran, and let's go for Valdez? But then again, Valdez doesn't even have a DD-214, or we haven't even verified that yet.
I gotta, can I, is it possible, what if we had a posthumous Grand Marshal and Richard's wife were to represent Richard? I mean, this way we could honor Richard. At the same time, we'd have a live person as a Grand Marshal. Is that?
I agree.
Yeah, great idea, Larry.
Yeah,
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I agree.
I think we can recognize both of them.
Because remember, when we're in the service, yes, we're the veterans. We're the ones that are going through, through the duty. But our spouses are right there next to us. They are, they're living that life with us.
Right.
When we deploy, they are.
No.
I think what Larry said and Michael backed up and I backed up. I think it's a great idea. We have Mr. Valdez. I think we should vote, and I think it would be a great idea to have Mr. Valdez as the Grand Marshal, and once again have another honorary Grand Marshal this year, and that would be Richard's wife.
But we would
Richard,
I second. There we go. Let's go.
Who's second?
Leo.
Okay, so there, I put the motion, he's second.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Excuse me, Angel. I think what Larry was saying is that we nominate Richard as the Grand Marshal, and we just have his wife in his stead, rather than
that's exactly what I
rather
said.
than having 2 marshals.
That's what Larry said.
Yeah.
Okay, I misunderstood then.
No.
Okay, so Larry.
I've never heard of something like that, but sure, if you guys want to do that, I'm with it.
So that way we cover our bases and we honor a veteran, and then we just say this is Richard's
widow,
but he didn't make it to the end of the year, and so his wife will speak on his behalf as is customary with family.
Posthumously awarded. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, remember, this year there isn't going to be at the speech.
Remember,
we
yeah,
make a motion
technically
on
this
that,
year we're
Michael?
not gonna have an actual. This year we're not gonna have an actual speech.
Right.
We may have the flag retirement. I don't even know if we're having a flag retirement ceremony, but we're not having an actual speech this year.
Well, that's appropriate because this is posthumous. Richard can't speak.
Right, posthumous, yeah.
Okay, so Larry, put the motion on the floor.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we make Richard posthumous Grand Marshal represented by Edna.
I second that motion.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None opposed.
Who seconded?
Michael Coop.
Michael.
Mike, okay.
None opposed, the motion carries. So Mr. Wester will be our Grand Marshal with his wife representing him.
And I have his DD 214,
Okay.
all of them.
Okay, so everyone, meeting adjourned.
Oh, we need a vote. We need a motion.
Wait,
A motion.
quick question. Flags for the cars, did you order them?
I'm sorry, Gary, can you repeat
The
that?
flags for the cars, the windows, for the car windows?
We spoke with Fred about that, and since the windows are going to be down, it doesn't make sense to have those type of flags, but I did order larger handheld flags that we'll give to all the committee members, all the elected officials.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Then
sir.
a motion for adjournment.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, guys, and please be safe.
Great seeing
Thank
everyone.
you, Willie. Take care, everybody. Have a
thank
nice
you.
day.
See you
You
all.
too.
Have a good night.
Guys.
Mike, say email.
Hey, Larry. Okay.
Michael,
Hey, William.
we haven't talked, man. Be safe, okay?
You do the same. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Gary.
All right, bye.